Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome in to Anthony's Saturday Night Hill pop-up live. Hi. If you're coming in, let me know how audio levels are. Is music too loud? Am I too loud? Too soft? Let me know. Oh my word. Oh my word. I need to put my glasses on. Hold on. Hi. Hi, Yvette. I need to put my glasses on. Okay, now I can see comments a little bit better. I want the computer a little closer. Okay, Yvette says, hi, Anthony, sounds good. Lola's Craft Corner says, hi, Anthony, I finally caught you. Everything sounds good. Allison says, sounds great. Doretta says, hi, guys. Hi, Doretta. I hope everyone's doing well. Let me turn off the looping on the music and we'll move to the next song here. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Is it look fuzzy or laggy to anybody? I'm watching the replay. Let me pull up my phone. Video is off. Okay, hold on. It's the internet. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. One moment, please. Yeah, just a little fuzzy, Lola says. I think it's the internet. In fact, I know it is because it looks fine on StreamYard. I'm also it's also processing a unboxing, but that should not be impacting. That should not be impacting our stream quality. But it's only like that for another. Well, it's still got 15 minutes to process, so we'll see if that goes away eventually, but my apologies. As long as you can hear me okay, I think we're fine. Let me see if I can turn down the stream quality. No, I cannot change that. It says the stream is in an excellent status. That's a lie, YouTube. That's a lie. This is not excellent. It's okay. Yeah, hopefully that clears up because I can see it on my end. It looks fuzzy. Yeah, it kind of goes fuzzy, then it clears up, and then it goes fuzzy again. It's just the internet, unfortunately. But I'm going to keep an eye on it. Hopefully it improves. But as long as you can hear me. Okay, okie dokie. All right, hi everyone. Hi. Sorry about the screen being kind of wonky. Hopefully that clears up. But if not, then we will, I mean, we're just going to kind of have to live with it. Unless I, what else could I do, guys? I can't change anything now. I could end the stream and come back. but I think we'll just go. Are you guys cool with us going, or should I end the stream and wait until I can clean it up? Probably be about 15-20 minutes ish. We'll give a couple minutes for a verdict. And I also called this a pop-up live, not a pop-up live. I'll change that. You can see that these are all last minute. Lola says, it's cool, I'm listening. Yvette says, I'm fine. Doretta says, I'm listening. And Diamond Painting, let's keep going. Okay, as long as you can hear me okay. All right, well, even though it's fuzzy, I'm going to show you what I've got going on. So this is Dragon Spirit by Margaret Morales and Diamond Art Club. This is a 55.8 by 81 centimeter round drill canvas, 64 colors to include 2 ABs, one metallic, 3 crystals, right? 1 metallic, 3 crystals, and 2 fairy dust. I didn't even know there was 2 fairy dust. I don't think I've used that other fairy dust very often, but here's what it looks like for if you want to see, but it's very fuzzy. Look at how fuzzy that is. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, let's roll with it. We're gonna just listen to music and chit chat. So there's not much that's going on screen anyway. I'm just diamond painting. Okay, so we have our Mooney Made tray. I have a Diamond Pen Pal pen with a 5-placer and a single placer. I've got about, I think, 11 sections left on this canvas to do. The putty I'm using is Mary Mud in the scent Buttered Croissant, which I have doctored up by adding some of my own nanotape chopped into it, and it seems to work really well. So we're going to be doing that. Okay, well, let's get going. I hope everyone's doing well. Make sure to let me know how things are going for you and what you're working on. And yeah. Okay. Our first color is going to be 24, which is 747. Doretta says, I did that kit last year and she's stunning. Yes, she is. I'm having a good time. It honestly took me a little bit to get back into the flow of working on this kit after finishing my Dreamer designs, but I'm back in the flow. I'm back in the mix and I'm liking it. Doretta says, I'm working on Dreamer Designs Honey. Oh, nice. Oops. Dropped a drill. Let's play the next song. Yeah, going back, switching over to StreamYard, and then seeing what it looks like on StreamYard. It's all nice and clear. It's 4K, and then I come back over to YouTube, and it's all blurry. That's too bad. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. This is day 4 of a 5-day staycation that I did. I can't believe 4 days have already gone by. I think the reason it doesn't quite feel like that is because I ended up working for a couple of those days, so it didn't quite feel like 5 days, but it's okay. It's okay. Just been doing a lot of hanging out, a lot of dog walks. Mia and I had 2 interviews so far for the podcast. So the first one you'll see next week, next Friday. Episode 2 will be going up. And yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see our first guest. right. Lola says, I'm finishing up my cat Fedora this weekend, keeping watch from Mooney Maid. Nice. That's awesome. I put up my first Feelook unboxing. That went up about an hour ago, so I'm not sure if you got a chance to see it quite yet, but it's there. It was called Bloom by Feelook, and I quite like it. I'm excited to get started on a Feelook. I have my second unboxing, Hecate, from Feelook, already done. It is scheduled for tomorrow morning, but I might just put it up after we're done with this live so you can see it. And things take a churn. Things take a churn. Doretta says, yes, I watched it. Thank you. But yeah, it's not all sunshine and rainbows with the next one. But it's okay. It's okay. I emailed them. So, yeah, essentially, well, you'll see it, but essentially, they are releasing kits that have the mini drills, like those micro drills that Diamond Dots does, which is cool that they're offering those, but they did not put a pen in the kit for the mini drills, and so you can't really place them with the kit, with the toolkit they provide, and I got mad. Matt says it's on my watch list. After this live, I'll catch up on some that posted during the auction. Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't even know they were still. They've been auctioning for a while, haven't they? Because I took Apollo for a dog walk a couple hours ago, and they were auctioning. So they must be going for a while. Good for them. Hopefully they sold a bunch of stuff. Okay. All right, next color is going to be J, which is 598. Oh, Doretta says, oh, Matt says, oof, yeah, it's a pretty big blunder, and I go into detail about it. I don't pull any punches, and what's funny is I purchased these two kits from Feelook, and then they reached out to me like the next day via email, and they're like, Anthony, we love your content. We love to send you a kit. And I was like, yeah, sure. I already bought two, but so they said I could pick from the 4 goddess kits, and one of them is the kit I bought myself, the one that we'll see later on tonight after the live. But so I picked a different one, and it also has mini drills, and so that's on its way. It's shipped. So I'm curious to see if Feelook watches these, because I lay into them a little bit. It's a pretty big miss. It's a pretty big miss that they didn't include those, because you really can't use a regular pen tip with those micro drills. That's just too big. And then the pen that they give you, if you on the other unboxing, you've seen it if you watched it, but they give you a reloading auto loading pen tip or a pen, but I don't think it's meant for diamond painting. I think it's for like nail art and stuff, because the pen tip is even bigger than what you would get from DAC or anywhere. So it's already too big, and then the fact that they don't give you a smaller one for the micro drills, I was like, no, this is not okay. Matt says, was quite long today. Doretta says they need to include a legend. Yeah, they do. From what I see with mine own 2 eyes, I believe they're sourcing a good portion of their materials from Diamond Dots, or whatever Diamond Dots calls themselves when they supply kits that aren't Diamond Dots branded. And Diamond Dots has never provided a legend either, so it kind of made sense to me why they didn't have one. Matt says, I know Leanne hates no sticker sheets for a premium company, and Diamond Dots is starting to do stickers if that were... Oh, so they are starting to provide stickers if that's where they're sourcing stuff. I think it is. I mean, all signs are pointing to that. But if they are, then the companies that purchase from them for their own diamond paintings need to follow suit. Needle Art World is the parent company. Okay, so that must be it. Because I know, doesn't Needle Art World also do kits for the in-house brand for like Michaels or Hobby Lobby or something, like the Make Market or something like that too? I think so. I think so. So I'm not surprised, but yeah, they should be including a legend. I think I'm just gonna take a picture of the legend with my phone and then print it off and then just have it sitting there, because I don't use the stickers. I just need the legend. But I've suffered through no legend with the Diamond Dots canvas. You just have to look at the side of your canvas while you're diamond painting, but it's not ideal. It's not ideal. But that was not my problem. My problem is I can't place the... Well, I can place the mini drills because I saved my pen from my Diamond Dots masterclass. I still have my pen. But if you've never done one of those or done mini drills from Diamond Dots and don't have a pen, you're kind of SOL, and that's not good. So yeah, we'll see if they... I emailed them, and I was like, hey, just a heads up, these kits are missing a pen that is kind of required to do this kit. And so my suggestion was to start putting them in the kits and send a pen or pen tip to anyone that has purchased a kit. Has purchased a kit. People need them. I think I've seen some that have now. Okay, it feels like to me that Mike Market is a downgraded Simply Dots acrylic drills and regular stuff Diamond Dots canvas. Interesting, interesting. I'd be very curious to know how all of that works, you know? Like how they decide how they're gonna market these. And if Needle Art World has like all the machines to do different quality and levels of drills, you know? Because these ones from Feelook are resin, and they don't look like the Diamond Dots drills that I've used in the past. They look different. But the bags look very similar. The canvas looks very similar. You know, there's a lot of stuff there that gives me Diamond Dots, but it's not exactly the same. It's interesting. I really wish that wasn't so fuzzy. I'm sorry for those that are watching. My bad. Let's see. It says that my video, my next unboxing, is in the checking stage, so it could just be slow internet. And the other thing is, we also have been getting a crap ton of wind blowing around, so that could be impacting stuff. Like, it is crazy windy here. You know what? Let me hold on just a second. Okay. I use wireless internet, like through Verizon, so it's just like the box that connects to the 5G. And sometimes it's supposed to be as close to a window as possible, which it is. It's probably about 4 feet away, but I just moved the blinds and I had a diamond painting hanging in front of the window, one of my whips, so I moved that out of the way. So we'll see if that helps. I don't know. I'm not I don't work for IT. Matt says they are the largest manufacturer, I believe. Quite a few different lines from other companies. Leisure Arts, Camelot, Craft Hub, Sporticulture all feel like Diamond. I have never heard of any of those. Are all those shops either legally licensed or copyright free, Matt? And if so, can you email me links to those? Because I haven't heard of any of those. I want them on my shop list if they can be there. Lola says, I went to the Felix website and seen a couple canvases I like, but I just haven't purchased yet. I'm kind of leery because I'm waiting for canvases from 3 different companies and still haven't come yet. Yeah, take your time. No rush. Lola says, drop shipping kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't mind it because I've got so much to do. So I'm not like waiting for a canvas to start. I am not purchasing from dropship shops right now. Because I'm about to move in May, and I'm worried that once I move, like they won't have shipped by the time I move, and then I'll have to come back to this house and search for my boxes. Tiger says, hi Anthony, what you working on? I am working on Dragon Spirit by Margaret Morales and Diamond Art Club. The screen's a little fuzzy because I'm having some internet issues. It might be the weather. I don't know. It's super windy here today. So it's kind of blurry, but I guess the audio's working fine. Matt says, I had only seen the Felix in video, but they looked very similar with the rounds that are faceted, almost like squares with the flat top. They aren't. Well, crap, Matt, now you're going to make me... Do you guys want me to go get a bag of drills out of one of the boxes and open it? So you can... Well, it's not going to matter. It's too fuzzy. Next time. I'm like, wait, that's not going to... You won't be able to see him anyway. I will get... They looked like resin rounds from DAC. They looked like this, like the ones I'm using right now. Matt says, sure, mostly in store, but they have separate websites. Okay, yeah, send me what you can gather, and I'll take a peek if they have their own independent sites. Send them my way. Matt says, not just for me. I'm sure we'll dive into that at some point. Yeah, I plan on doing... So I'm not going to kit up the 2 that I bought. I'm going to wait until the one that they're sending me for free comes in, and I will do the unboxing, a kitting up, whip and chat for first impressions, lives, whatever it is, and then a finish and review. So you'll see them. You'll see them. Being sold in the U.S. brick and mortar stores means they have to be licensed, I believe. Yeah, I think so, or stock images, I think. Matt, I'm wearing my Knobles t-shirt today. Have you been there? Diamonds and Scales says, I finished my Dexter canvas. The rounds had a lot of sparkle. I might go square next time. Oh, nice. Cool. Matt says no idea. They are a theme park in PA. Oh, you're in the PA area, aren't you? Could have sworn. It's in Elsaburg, Pennsylvania, which is I guess I don't know the closest town that you would know. Scranton? It's like between Harrisburg. It's between Hershey and Scranton, kind of. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, you're closer to Kennywood and Idlewild. Yeah, it's up. It's up. I'd say it's, yeah, between Scranton and Harrisburg. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool small little park. Matt says, has Anthony been to Twin Peaks? Yes, I went. When did I go? Earlier this week, I did takeout, as per your suggestion. And I got the lobster roll, and it wasn't good. So, at least I tried, but I will not be going back. Matt says a couple hours away. B says, hi, Anthony and friends. Hi, B. Welcome in. I'm working on Dragon Spirit by Margaret Morales and Diamond Art Club. I'm having internet streaming strength issues. The audio apparently is working fine, but the screen is fuzzy, bad connection. And so the vote was to just keep going. So don't look at the screen if you can avoid it. You're not going to see much. Matt's laughing at me and says supposedly it's not too over the top, but I've never been. I think all the boob bars toned it down in recent years. It wasn't crazy. I only saw the host at the front. My bag of food was sitting right there next to the host stand. She was in like a plaid. It was supposed to look like a plaid button-up shirt, like it had a collar and everything, but it was very small. It was like a crop top and tied very scantily, and then she was wearing like plaid short shorts. I kind of kept my head down. I was like, yeah, I'm picking up an order for Anthony, and she's like, oh, here you go. I was like, thank you. I was in and out in like 30 seconds. Matt says, should be a Cousins food truck somewhere in Denver area, I would think. Yes, there is, but their prices, it's just a lot. I'm going to have to make a special trip and make a whole thing out of it. Like the lobster roll at Twin Peaks was, I think, like 18 or 19 bucks. The one at Cousins is like 40. So it's a little much for a sandwich, in my opinion. But if I really am craving it, I will go there instead. Matt says, ouch, I guess maybe logistics really does take a toll on cost. Yeah, it's seafood, like good quality seafood like that in a landlocked state like Colorado is not cheap. Okay. Okie dokie. I think that's all of that color. So we're going to go ahead and move on to... Oh. Whoopsie, I just placed a whole bunch of stuff on the wrong... I just placed all of those on the wrong symbol. Okay. Okay, don't tell anyone. Here's what we're gonna do. Because I placed all of those on the wrong symbol. I'm not gonna peel them all off. I'm going to put the opposite color, because they're similar shades of like that tealy color. I'm gonna put those on the other color. I'm just gonna do a little swap. Okay, don't tell anyone. Hopefully it looks okay. When I do the finish and review of this canvas, and if you remember this and you're part of the crew that knows what I did, because I'm not going to say it on the finish and review, leave a dragon emoji on the finish and review, and I'll know who the real ones are that saw me do this. Whoopsie! Don't tell anyone. Hopefully this looks okay, but I'm not going back. I very rarely do that. That's not like me, but that's okay. Matt says it's okay, we can't see it anyway. Diamonds and Scales says I hate when I do that. Matt B's laughing. Carol says hi Anthony, hello. Lola says I am definitely a seafood lover, but I would die if I had to pay that much, but I also understand if it's not readily available. Carol says, and friends, hi, welcome in. Yeah, I hope this looks okay. Doretta says, I will keep your secret. Vicky says, hello all. Hi, welcome in. Carol says, I love working on this kit. Diamond Scales says, I think I'm going to start 120 by 80 canvas Sea Witch by Medusa Dollmaker from Jaded Gem Shop. Holy moly, that's a big kit. And Lori says, hi, welcome in everyone. For those that are coming in, the stream video is blurry. Internet is acting up, and it must be due to the weather. We've been having some crazy windy weather. There's even some power outages not too far from here, so that might be it. I did my best to try to remedy, but the audio apparently is still sounding okay, and everyone said to just keep going, so that's what we're doing. Welcome in. I might be working on my announcement video for the Lo-Fi paint-along that's happening in May. So that might be coming out, hopefully by the end of the month. For those that aren't familiar, I'm doing a paint-along, which is just like it's an event, but there's not too much structure around it, and this really isn't going to have any structure around it. I'm working on Lo-Fi Cali Girl by Yume Art and Diamond Art Club for the paint-along, but if you want to participate, you can use any kit. There are 0 restrictions. It's literally any kit. Really, all we're going to be doing is exactly what we're doing here, is do some whip and chats together, some scheduled ones, so not pop-ups, scheduled, just listening to some lo-fi music and hanging out, and that's really about it. I'll probably have some prizes for each live stream, but it's whatever kit brings you joy or makes you feel cozy or happy or whatever it is that gives you that kind of lo-fi, just chill, that meditative state, whatever that kit is. So there's no restrictions. You can, if it makes you feel good, that's the kit you're working on. So more information to come later on in the month. Lola says, awesome, that's my birthday month, so this will be fun to participate in. Definitely interested. Yeah, very relaxed, laid back, no new starts, no finishes, no progress, proof, anything. Just keep working on the kit you're working on if it makes you happy, and I'll have some scheduled lives, and we'll give some prizes away, and just hang out and chill and listen to some lo-fi music. Okay, now that I missed one from the last color, but I'm going to put the right color on that, which is that is this one. Okay, cool. Then I'll just put this here. Okay. I think we'll live. I think it's going to be okay. We'll see when it's all done, but they're all close enough colors that I honestly don't think anyone's going to notice. Only we will know. Don't tell anyone. Okay. Now let's do the right color this time. Now we're working on the plus symbol, which is 53, and that is DMC 3810. Nothing other than your YouTube, then as far as stuff I should add a link to on my spreadsheet for other creators to reference. If you want to put the podcast website on there, my Substack, the Substack website, that takes people to the actual like website for the podcast. There you'll find our small shop list, which is pretty complete. It's getting big. We're, I think, coming up on 60 different shops now, but they'll have access to all that. So let me put it in the chat for you. Thank you. If I can find it, there it is. There you go. So that's the actual website for the podcast. That's where you can download the episodes if you're not on Apple Music or Spotify. It's audio only, but that's where we have our link to our shop list. We'll have an event list eventually there, a bunch of other stuff. So, and any updates about the podcast usually land there. So it's pretty quiet over there, but that's where you'll get the latest and greatest. But the video version, obviously, is here on YouTube. Carol says, easy mix up the colors with this one. They are so close. No one will notice. It's our little secret. Okay, thank you. And Amanda says, good evening, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here, Amanda. Again, for those that are popping in, the screen's going to be fuzzy. I'm having some internet connectivity issues, but we're pushing through and we're going to just film anyway. We're just jamming out to some music. And I've got Dragon Spirit by Margaret Morales and Diamond Art Club going right now. I can't remember the last time that I messed up a color like that. So it's probably only happened to me maybe 3 times in the time I've diamond painted. So you guys were lucky to see that. Matt says, thank you. Thank you. Oop, I might have to re-up my putty. I've been using this, oh geez. Couple diamond painting sessions at least. And it's starting to drop drills. It's not quite as sticky anymore. Yeah, it's time. It's time. Okay. For those that weren't here in the beginning, what I've done with my putty is I took Mary Mud and I went downstairs and got my nano tape and chopped up a bunch of nano tape and mixed it in with my Mary Mud, and I really like it. So I kind of did my own little quasi DIY business with this, but it was a pain in the butt to chop up all the nano tape and then work it into the putty. It was kind of a process. So I'm usually the type of person that constantly switches out my scents of Merry Mud, or I try to get a Merry Mud color that matches my canvas. I'm always switching them. But because I only did this with one Merry Mud, now I'm just using the one constantly, which is fine. But it just means that if I use up this entire piece before I do the next one, I'm never gonna get through any of my Merry Mud. Amanda says, well, I'll have to try that out. Yeah, so if you do try it, and I said that I'm not going to do a video of this because I feel like I'm messing with somebody else's product and formula, and I'm not trying to be out here like, oh, you can make your Merry Mud better, but like whatever. Like maybe someday Mary will do this herself, and she's a friend, so I'm not out here saying I can improve her product. It's just something weird I did, but. And you can do this with any putty, I'm sure. I personally haven't tried yet, but I will. Let's just say this. If you were to want to add nanotape to your putty to make it closer to Intergalactic Putty or Alien Putty or Sticky Bits from the Creativity Scroll, if you were to want to do that or make your own putty and put nanotape, my suggestion would be to take some cornstarch or potato starch and coat either side of the nanotape with a thin coating of it prior to mixing it with whatever you're mixing it with. That way your hands aren't getting stuck to the nanotape when you're cutting it. It really helps out. Doretta says, wow, because I've placed drills on the wrong symbol a few times. I rarely have done that. Carol says, I'm going to hang mine in the craft room. I loved it so much I don't usually frame my canvases. Margaret Morales is my favorite artist. Oh, that's awesome. I have a couple more Margaret Morales on my wish list. I'm just waiting for them to restock. Vicky says you're finally ready for your long-awaited putty launch. Get out of here. Banned. Just kidding. Peggy says hello. Hi, welcome in, Peggy. Matt says that's what I use. I use art.putty. I did it like Alien Putty showed. No need to touch the tape much how he showed. Oh, interesting. I haven't seen their tutorial. And Amanda says I found her putty was a bit too soft for me for my climate, so that would be a fun experiment. Yeah, for sure. About what ration did you, Anthony? Mine is almost equal parts, but I think I need less tape and sometimes it isn't as sticky enough. I think you mean ratio. And I eyeballed it, to be honest. So I took about a 4-inch strip of just regular nanotape. You know, it's about what, one inch wide. And I cut three strips out of it. So I used maybe a third of it, 3 really thin strips, and I sat there with scissors and just very carefully chopped it up. I was completely eyeballing everything. And again, I don't want to provide any sort of specific recipe, but that's approximately what I did. So you'll need to experiment on your own. I would give you exact amounts if I had used my own putty or something that was more readily available, like just some kind of craft putty from the craft store. But since it's Merry Mud and kind of a proprietary product, I don't want to, I don't know, I just feel weird. Sorry. I think this is my favorite song on our playlist. I like the. Matt says, no, I get it. Just wondering. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Doretta, I need to know what to put together for you for Monday. I know we talked about you wanting to try some other putties, right? Matt says, that's just what I tried first and it helped no stringy or residue at all, which is what I was after. Yeah, it keeps the putty, it keeps me from getting putty stuck to my canvas because I'm such a hard placer. Okay, that's it for that color, and we are moving into our first enhancement for this canvas. Sucks that you're not going to be able to see it very well. But, so it's supposed to be 3808, and I replaced it with Mocha Mistletoe from DP with Sparklers. These are a glass drill for rounds, kind of like their sparklers, but their Mocha series has this interesting kind of hue to it. But again, see, you're not going to be able to get a good look at them, unfortunately. Doretta says, whatever you want and decide. Okay, I'll give you like a little smattering. Are you cool if they have like chunks taken out of them? Or do they need to be new? Carol says, I have to try that. I too am a heavy placer. Thanks, Anthony and Matt. Yeah. And Doretta says, remember, all I know is the pink wax. Okay, cool. I'll give you a whole selection, and I'll just chop off some pieces of certain ones. I want to give you a little bit of everything I have, so I'll do what I can. And then, Doretta, do you have space in your luggage to take home a kit? Or is that something I need to send to you? Yes, which one? Yes, send, or yes, you have room. And Doretta says, I'm fine with whatever you want to have me try. Okay, I'll do a little bit of everything. Matt says, Carol, it's definitely worth a try if you hate getting putty, hate the putty mushing out over the edges. I can stick my placer directly on the glue and it leaves nothing. Yeah. It's quite nice. I have to agree. Doretta says, I have space. Okay, let me... Doretta, do you have something to look up stuff, or do you just want me to text you this information? Is this awkward? Am I being awkward right now? I'm gonna have to use my phone. I'm going to pop a couple links in the chat for Doretta so no one look. Just kidding, you can look. Doom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-da. Okay, Doretta. Look at that. In the chat. And that. Click on those links, Doretta, and if you like either of those or both of those, tell me. Just assume that I've gotten them in the big size. Nice. 1 or 2, or 1 and 2. And I'm asking because I'll bring them to you if you want them. Okay, that little enhancement is done. So now it's time to move on to... Oh, no, I've got a few more. Oh, almost missed them. Okie dokie. Both are stunning. All right. That's all I need to know. Okay, moving on, we are doing 29, which is 841. And this has not been enhanced. I have 15 different enhancements that I added to this kit, so it's kind of like, will it be or will it won't? Will it won't? Okay. That was quick. That one was easy. Now we're moving on to Double Dot, which is 3782. That's the 48. Doretta says both? Yeah. That's right, you heard me. Here's the thing. I have been kind of looking at some of my like massive square drill canvases, which I have a lot of massive square drill canvas, but specifically looking at my massive square drill computer rendered canvases, and then also looking at some of the color palettes and like, am I gonna be cool with that? And then I'm also thinking about the drill style that I'm starting to be more partial to. Drill styles or drills that I'm starting to be more partial to, and which ones have, for one reason or another, fallen a little bit out of favor for me. And so I was taking a look at some of my larger Jaded Gem Shop squares and like, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get to them, you know? So I have a couple of local lovelies that, or the not local, but come into town once in a while. And if I see them, then I'm going to try to be foisting my large, hyper detailed square jades to some people. So I have a what I call my diamond painting muse here in Colorado. And so I wrote her yesterday, and is it yesterday or the day before? The day before, Thursday. And I was like, how do you feel about The Last Supper in a 60 by 280? And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I just don't think I'll ever do this kit. So that's going. And then I have another one from Jade called Chasm of the Colorado by Thomas Moran. I love the artwork, but you know, it's a landscape, it's done in a lot of neutral tones, it's huge, it's detailed, it's square, and I was like, would you be willing to take this one? So, I still love Jaded Gem Shop, you know, I'd still put that up there as one of my top favorite all-time shops, but I'm experimenting with some other shops, so yeah, my stash is just too big. My stash is just too big. So, yeah. Hate to see him leave my stash, but I just know that in 4 years, I'll be saying the same thing. I've got the same kits, you know, another 4 years of being in my closet. And it's like, you know, someone could take these and love them and start working on them. What am I doing? I'm really, really excited about those kits from Korea that I ordered. I'm like giddy with excitement. The Queen's Atelier one is already on its way, as well as the Starry Night Studios one. They're both on their way. The Kingdom Monde one, the order has been confirmed, but I haven't gotten a shipping notification yet. And I'm just like, I want to see them so bad. I've heard really good things about Queen's Atelier. Rose says, hi, Anthony, stopping in before I crash. Hi, welcome in. We're just chilling. Just hanging out, you know. The Queen's Atelier one, I've heard fantastic things, but I have yet to see anyone do... Matt said, had to step out for a sec. Anthony already talking about his no-buy he had been on. I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked about those kits from Korea. I will not shut up about them. The Queen's Atelier, I've seen Lindsay do an unboxing. Doretta says, wonderful, thank you, of course. Lindsay's done an unboxing. Artie's done an unboxing. And then there's, I think it's like Painting Sparkles or Sparkles Painting or something. She's from the Netherlands. It's her current whip, so she's done an unboxing, a kitting up, and a first impressions, like whip and chat. But no, I haven't seen any finishes. So when that comes in, I'm gonna be ready and raring to go to get that up. I would love to be a first finish for like English-speaking YouTube. And yeah, so I'm gonna be screaming through that kit trying to share my thoughts and opinions on it. And then the Starry Night Studio one, that's gonna probably hang out until June. And I'll do that for Mia's Year of the Cat event, year-long event. And then the one from Kingdom Monde, I don't know, we'll see. Diamonds and Scales says, did I see the post dark and creepy diamond painting made today? No. What happened? What happened? Carol says, are you adding any more? I didn't. Any more enhancements to this kit? Give me more details. For this kit, I've added 15 of my own enhancements. Right now, we're moving on to what was supposed to be 926, and I'm doing a Mocha Slate. Mocha Slate. It's this really pretty gray glass drill from DP with Sparklers. And that was just it. So now the last drills that I have on this canvas that I've been skipping them all, that is 3811, and I did something weird here. I had a sparkler called Lightning, but I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough to do the whole canvas in enhancements, so I decided to checkerboard them with the regular drill. So I always save that color for last so I don't get confused with the checkerboarding. I don't know why I do this to myself where I decide I'm going to checkerboard things, because anytime I do it, I'm like, ugh, why? I don't like doing the checkerboard enhancements, but it gives a decent effect. It's just time consuming. But even checkerboarding, I'm probably going to run out of the enhancement, so I'm going to have to pick another one to finish the kit with that's close-ish. Amanda says, I finished up Daisy Drops by Bear Brickgia in DAC. It was nice to work on a smaller kit with a lower color count, a nice change compared to the ones I normally do. Oh, nice. And then Durda says that Queen's Atelier I checked out on Etsy. Yeah, they look like they've got some good stuff. They're supposed to be doing a restock in May. Rose says, Anthony just watched your Coup Deals unboxing. I have never heard of Coup Deals. Are you sure you're thinking of the right Anthony? I don't know what Coup Deals is. I missed on part. Do you have DAC or Diamond Dots vibes? I do not know what a Coup Deals is. I think I've heard of them. Are they a budget shop? I've never purchased from them. I can promise you that. Fee look. Oh, are they? They're not the same company, are they? Diamonds and Scales says she made a post about a member of the diamond painting community passed from cancer. They made some donations to get a headstone. He was in his 30s. Oh no, that's horrible. That's horrible. Do we know who it is, or you don't want to share? That's okay. That's horrible. That's terrible. Rose says fee look compared to DAC or Diamond Dots. So a little of both. So the drills, even though from what I understand, they get their drills and their canvases and stuff manufactured from, what is it? Needle World Art, I forget, which is the company that manufactures Diamond Dots. But the drills themselves did not look like the drills I'm used to from Diamond Dots. They looked closer to DAC resin rounds, which is what I'm working with right now. From face value, just from seeing them in the bag. Now, I need to crack open a bag and kit up and actually get a feel, but they did not even look like what I'm used to from Diamond Dots. So there's that, but I can't tell for sure until I start working on them. The canvas feels like Diamond Dots. The way that the legend is printed is exactly Diamond Dots. They even have the kind of printed image border around the edge of the canvas. So it's like it's a blend, it's a mix. So it's not one for one Diamond Dots, at least from first blush. Diamond Skills, she has a short video about his story linked on the post she made on YouTube. Okay, I'll go look after this. I'll go look. That's crazy. Okay, so now we've got to do this checkerboarding thing, so don't want to mess this up. God, now I'm running all the names of male diamond painters that I know in my head, and now I'm starting to panic. But I'm gonna wait. Stop thinking about it, Anthony. Okay. If anyone ever tells you that checkerboarding your enhancements in is a good idea, they're lying to you. Rose says, I want... Oh, Carol says, I watched your fee look pretty canvas. It is very nice. And Rose says, I want DAC quality from other companies. Yeah, I don't... I can't say. All I did was an unboxing, so I can't tell you. I can't tell you yet, unfortunately. Where can we donate? Find the video. I would donate. Yeah, if you have a link... if you have a link, Diamonds and Scales, let me mod you up so you can share links. Okay. There you go. You can share the link now. Carol says, can you use the mini pen from your Kiss kit? Yeah, I can. Wait, that video hasn't gone up yet, right? My Hecate unboxing? I hope I scheduled that right. All that should be up is the Blooms unboxing. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's scheduled for tomorrow morning at 7, but I'm going to bump that up into after the live. But yeah, so you're jumping the gun a little bit, Carol, but that's good. That's good. I think you probably were listening in. So Feelook does offer mini drills on their kits, and they're from what I can see, the same mini drills or micro drills that Diamond Dots has on their masterclass kit, but they also have mini dazzlers, their version of it, but they use the mini drills to get more detailed, and they actually look really cool if you haven't seen them. So Feelook has them on some of their canvases, one of which I unboxed today, and that unboxing will go up after the live's done with the mini drills, but they did not provide the proper pen for the mini drills. So essentially you can't really place those drills with what they've given. And yes, I did save my pen from my Diamond Dots masterclass, so I'm lucky that I have that, but not everyone's going to have that. So I emailed them and told them what's up. Matt says Coup Deals is one of those budget sites that is doing licensed kits, which to me is just TikTokers using AI to rip off real art and put their name on it. Oh, interesting. I've heard the name Coup Deals. Somebody somewhere does them, but I always chalk them up as a I can't rely on their art, their licensing. Matt says, are you talking about Fluffy Andy, who is Mushmallow's friends? I see she had posted, and it has almost been a year since he passed. Doretta's laughing. Diamonds and Scales adds it. Okay, I'll go look. Okay, now I gotta remember where we were. Oh no, I'm starting a new area, I think. Yeah, okay. I try to match the checkerboarding across, so even if there's a break in it, I count over like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. This one's a yes, to the next area. But if they're like 5 or more away, I just start over. If that makes any sense to anyone. Okay, we can do this. This is like one of the larger areas that I've had to do this on. Okie dokie. I think that is all. Oh, nope, 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 nope. 2 more. Okay. Now I go back through with the enhancement. Isn't this fun? Okay. Rose says, Dragon Spirit was my first 2026 finish. Nice. Matt says, okay, yes, I had scrolled past Facebook post but hadn't seen the YouTube post. I'll have to go read and catch up. Thanks, Diamonds and Scales. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Okay, so now let's plug in our enhancements, and hopefully I have enough, at least for this section. I'm certainly not going to have enough for the rest of the canvas, so I've got to figure out an alternate, but that's okay. It's nice to use up enhancement drills from my storage boxes because I have so many that just have like a few hundred drills left in them, and I'm like, either I need to find a kit to use these up on, or I just need to throw them away. There's also the idea of I'll just order more to fill them up, but they're not always going to match it. You know, I just need to use them up down to like the last 100, get rid of them, and then go from there. But having a bajillion boxes of, or a bajillion containers of tiny little handfuls of enhancement drills doesn't really help me. Doretta was laughing at a comment. Yes, I know that. I know that. I know that. I need to go fetch Apollo at some point. He's probably out there all alone. He was downstairs hanging out with my roommates while they were watching TV, but they most likely are in bed now, so he's probably just sitting down there like, hello? Dad? Did you forget about me? Let's go ahead and make this the last color, guys. We've already been going for an hour and 20. And that's a good time, and we're almost done with this section. So you guys helped me get through an entire section. Thank you. Looks good. She's looking good. I don't think anyone's going to tell that I swapped the colors. Okay, Vicky says, when you're enhancing a kit, how do you make yourself stop? Working on New Year's Garland, I already have some specials and have discovered that I actually like sparklers for squares. Putting together another order for DP with sparklers and have a feeling I'll be doing another the farther I get with this kit. I mean, as long as it looks good to you, you know, as long as it looks good to you. There's times where I have bling something to the gods. I think the biggest thing to keep an eye on is try to keep color and tone, you know, the color of your sparkler, what you're enhancing, similar to the original DMC or as close as you can. The more you add and the more you start drifting away from the original tone, the more off it can look. And I've done that to myself with a kit that I did last year. So just keep that in mind. A lot of the sparklers have a multitude of different hues in them. So you get a little purple, a little blue, a little green out of one drill. It just reflects a bunch of different colors. Try to use those more sparingly than the sparklers that are a true tone, like a true red or a true yellow. And try to keep those DMCs, the more you add, the more you're going to want to focus on keeping your tone similar, because it really can start to throw off the entire vibe of the canvas. If you're cool with that, that's fine. Again, this is all personal preference. And I always say, a lot of times less is more, but you do you. Enhancements is just Matt and I went back and forth on this so much in a couple of previous pop-ups that yeah, it's hard. Tima is referred to. He says that's why Tima is referred by many of us as our dealer. Yeah. If your canvas also, a lot of times Tima has pre-done charting or suggested enhancements for kits, so maybe your kit might be there. So if you see that, that might give you some good ideas of what to enhance as well. So. But yeah, I'm down to 10 sections left on this canvas, which is fantastic. I've been making really good progress. Thank you guys for keeping me company. What was I gonna say? Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and make the unboxing of Hecate public right now, so you can go right over and watch that if you so choose. Edit. Scheduled. I'm gonna make it public. Save. Saving changes. All right, it's live. You can go watch that unboxing of Hecate and see me go on quite a long rant about Feelook not providing the right tools for their canvas. Vicky says she hasn't done this one yet, but great tip. I'll keep that in mind. Dreaded laughing at Matt. Carol's laughing. Matt says always going back for a few more. I'm the same way. That's why I'm taking a year off from Tima, because she's got me hanging. I'm a puppet on the string to Tima and her enhancements. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.